up next, we're very honored to have today Mr. Pariwat Kanithasen, Deputy Director, Payments and Fintech from Bank of Thailand. And I love the topic that he has chosen for us is connecting people through digital payments. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you to the government of Hong Kong and to Cyberport for inviting me here to this vibrant city of Hong Kong. It's great to be back here again. My topic, as mentioned, is how to connect people through digital payments. And this is something very close to our heart because we've been doing this for quite some time now, and we feel that we have been connecting people not only within countries but beyond borders as well, between Thailand and Hong Kong especially. Just one historical background. Did you know that the first banknote in Thailand, which was called Siam at that time, was issued by a Hong Kong bank over 130 years ago? I mean, this is something that our ancestors used to do, connecting people through payments, even in the pre-digital age. But now, when we are now in a very digitalized era, we have to do something that makes things more efficient. And we believe that previously, payments was something of a pain. There were quite a number of pain points for people. It was costly, even in Thailand. If you wanted to send money to a friend within Thailand, it would cost you about 6 Hong Kong dollar before 2016. So we have implemented a new rails called PromptPay. This is a new infrastructure since 2016. It's convenient, it's free, and it's using proxies. So you don't have to use name or bank account numbers, just to use the mobile phone or ID number. You can send money to anyone in the country for free. So this is something that we have done, and it's user-friendly with multiple use cases. As you can see, besides fund transfers, you have e-donations, cross-bank bill payments, pay alerts, and also P2M, so people-to-merchant payments, so which would mean that you just take your phone and scan the QR code of any merchant. It's merchant agnostic, so very interoperable, meaning that you don't have to care whether the merchant has the same bank as you or not. So it works throughout the country, and we have over 9 million merchant acceptance points right now. One more thing is that we are very proud of is the cross-border P2P transfer, PromptPay Pay Now, linking Thailand with Singapore. So this is the first linkage of a cross-border payment in the world done in 2021 during COVID. And we are now leader with the first, with a P2M cross-border QR linkage. We have now 8 linkages with countries in the region, including Hong Kong as well. I'll be telling you about that later on as well. Now, PromptPay has been very, very successful. We are very happy about this. As you can see, this is the chart by the Bank for International Settlements. The green chart, the green line above here is Thailand. We have more transactions per person than any other fast payment systems here in the study here. And that amounts to over 538 transactions per people per day. So Thai people are using payments, fast payments, and digital payments as a means of life for them. We have over 74 million registered PromptPay IDs. So Thailand has about population of 70 million. So this is more registered IDs than the population itself. Over 54 million transactions per day. But where are we in terms of digital versus cash? I think we have some room to grow. If you look at this chart, for instance, when we started PromptPay, only 4% of Thais used digital payments versus 96% used cash. Now it has grown to about 1/3 and 2/3, right? But still, despite the very good numbers here, there's still room to go to promote digitalization as a means of payments. But of course, there's also a darker side to it and challenges that are associated with digital payments, which I'm going to focus here. One of them is capacity challenge. This beautiful chart here shows the capacity of prompt pay over the course of several months. As you can see, the yellow parts are where it's low capacity, and the red ones are the ones with a high capacity. Of course, the red ones are during the paydays, right? So 31st or the 1st of each month, you have peak capacity, and sometimes you have outages by banks or by the operator. So we are worried about this, and we are trying to find ways to address this, telling banks to upgrade their IT systems all the time. And we also use the name and shame method. So we post a list of banks with the average outages per month or per quarter, so that the customers know which banks have a higher outages, so that the banks themselves would improve their own IT systems. Second challenges is on fraud. This is something that is not only in Thailand, but also global here in Hong Kong as well. We have had over 250,000 cases of reported fraud cases a year. That's a huge number. Mostly it's identity theft and phishing. So it's not about attacking the system itself, but getting the names and of the users and letting them transfer the money to a crook. So we have had so many anti-fraud measures in place, biometrics, for instance, machine learning. But the most important thing is that financial education. So we need people to be aware each time they use the digital payments to make payments, to think twice before doing so. Now, something that is very close to us is how to expand this digital payments across borders. And this is something that we've been doing ever since PromptPay was created. So we now have the largest linkages in the world, where you can have QR payments and one remittance through to Singapore, as I mentioned. And again, why are we doing this? It's because we try to address the pain points of cross-border payments. It used to be expensive. It used to take time. If you are a merchant, you only able to accept credit cards or cash and nothing else. So we are trying to address these pain points to achieving cost, speed, access, and transparency as well. You know what FX rate you're going to pay when you do the QR payments, right? So when you come to Thailand and pay using your FPS in Bangkok at PromptPay, at any of the 9 million PromptPay acceptance points, you know the exchange rate between baht and Hong Kong dollar, and you don't have to wait for the credit card company to send you your bill, right? So transparency is a very big issue. This is a picture I took myself. This is your Chief Executive, Eddie Yu from the HKMA. He came to my office, and this is our canteen at the Bank of Thailand. Normally, we don't ask our guests to buy their own coffee, but this time we made him buy coffee using his own money, using his own FPS, and he was very happy about it as well. So as you can see from his smile, and as you can see from the chart to the left, to the right over there, the linkage between Thailand and Hong Kong is now the fastest growing linkage among the 8 linkages that we have. We have over around 11 million Hong Kong dollars worth of transactions since the launch in December last year. So only a couple of months on, and we have around 68,000 transactions, and you're number 3 now. We hope that you'll be number 2 and number 1 in the near future as well. Now, besides cross-border payment linkages, we do look forward to the future and try to do innovations on digital money as well. But let me talk to you about 3 projects that we've been doing. One is Project Nexus. This is a continuation of what we've been doing, the bilateral linkages between Thailand and other countries like Singapore, PromptPay Pay Now. We multilateralize this, so instead of having bilateral linkages, each linkage takes about 2 years to finish, right? But if you have many countries together, it's better to have a multilateral system, and once you plug it in, you can send money to anywhere, any country in the group. So this is what we've been doing with 4 other ASEAN countries with the collaboration of the BIS Innovation Hub in Singapore as well. The second and third innovation projects that we've been doing is with Hong Kong as well. So one is called Intanon Lion Rock. Intanon is the highest mountain in Thailand, and Lion Rock is right here in Hong Kong. So we named this project on distributed ledger technology based on our mountains in our places. And based on this project, we are also doing the Project Mbridge, as has been mentioned earlier this morning. This is a multiple CBDC project between Thailand, BOT, HKMA, and also PBOC, and the Central Bank of the UAE. So four central banks are engaged together in creating a multilateral platform for wholesale cross-border payments. So this is what the future is going to look like. Now, we are going a whole circle from the first banknote printed by a Hong Kong bank in Siam, or now Thailand, now to digital payments, to cross-border connectivity, to CBDC. So there's a big connection between our peoples and our countries. Let me finish off by saying what lessons learned we can draw from these experiences. Remember that whenever we do anything with technology, it's always used as a means, right? So at the end of the day, it's the people who matter, and connecting people is what we try to do. And this is why our innovations are mostly user-centered, right? So you use technology to serve the people, to address their pain points. As I mentioned, this is a screenshot of our PromptPay Pay Now transaction. It's convenient. You only use the mobile phone number, nothing else, right? The system would check for you, do the AML CFT for you, and then you get the rate here, and it's done within 1 or 2 seconds. So convenient, safe. We talk to banks to make the fees attractive. The FX rates are also attractive. And of course, there are multiple use cases for this. Second is the interoperability, right? So when we started out the QR in Thailand, all the banks would have their own QR code, right? This is something that what we try to avoid, right? So if you have a QR of a Purple Bank, you have to go to a merchant of a Purple or with a Purple Bank QR, right? So this is something that we try to avoid and make the whole thing interoperable, right? So this is something that we have achieved and avoided fragmentation with a user and merchant agnostic payments within the country. And the third, which is something very also very important, is inclusiveness. Like financial inclusion is very important. We know that most of the people can pay conveniently, but there are people in the society where we would need to reach out to, right? These are migrant workers. These are users without cards, right? These are merchants who are on the street side selling street food, but they don't have money to buy the EDC machines to read the cards, but they can print the QR code and let anyone pay to them, right? So these are the reasons why we are using technology to drive financial inclusion as well, right? So let me end by saying that whenever you come to Thailand, remember that you don't need to pay cash anymore, right? So take out your phone and pay anywhere, wherever you see a prompt pay sign, and then using FPS with prompt pay makes life as a tourist very convenient. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kanithasen.